Hello Libra, this is your 2015 forecast. Happy New Year to you. Well, it's going to be an exciting year because what with Saturn going into Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, very compatible with your air sign, and what with Venus, your ruler, coming together with Mars lots of times on and off, all the way until November of the year, and usually this only happens 4 to 6 weeks of the year, but it's happening a lot this year. And also your ruler Venus going retrograde in the middle of the year, which is important. So I'm going to start first of all with the Mercury retrogrades, because all 3 of them this year are in air signs. One of them, the last one, is in your sign as well. So it's going to be a time of reflecting on how you're thinking about things. There's always that famous Shakespeare quote, you know, it's not so much, I can't get it quite exact, but it's thinking makes it so. It's how you think about something as to how you actually make the reality of something. So this is largely what's going to be the focus of these Mercury retrogrades for you this year. So the first retrograde, Libras, January 22nd till February 11th, is a retrograde here in Aquarius, in your 5th house. So this is a time to reflect on your creative energy. You're a very creative sign, Libra. Time to reflect on what do you do creatively? What could you do more creatively in your life? Could you make something creative into a business? The 5th house is the house of entrepreneurship, doing something different yourself. It's a wonderful time to reflect on romance. Do you want romance and love in your life? If so, what do you think needs to change or happen for it to come into your life more? You might be reflecting on a child or a young person, or your own child within. And then on February 20th, we've got Venus and Mars coming together in Aries, in your opposite sign. So Venus and Mars firing up your house of relationships, because they're joining there with Uranus as well. So Venus and Mars in this house of relationships, Libra. Venus can bring you a love relationship. Mars says, come on Libras, let's get out there, let's put ourselves into places where we can meet partners. And this could also be a good business partner, not only necessarily just a romantic or intimate partner. Uranus has certainly been shaking up your view of relationships since 2011. It's going to be there until 2018, so that's got a while to go. But this Venus and Mars is just shaking up, in a good way, your relationships. And I think that if there's been any conflict or any misunderstandings, when Venus and Mars come together, peace and harmony can reign. And of course, that's music to your ears, isn't it, my lovely Libras? Now I've got a lovely aspect February 24th until March 9th. I've got this glorious aspect happening between a trine between Jupiter and Uranus. So this is fire energy. Happens twice this year, doesn't happen very often, and when it's in fire signs like this, this is a wonderful time for inspiration, for meeting some new people, for creating a new social circle around you, because Jupiter is in this 11th house for another 7 months yet. So this is really triggering you to say, hey, who can I work with? Who can I get together with? What groups can I collaborate with? We're going to see more and more collaboration as these next years roll on and as our networking gets stronger around the world. So this is a collaboration. This is an excitement of what you can bring together with other people. And it can certainly bring romance for those of you who are looking for it, and new friends. The last pass, you'll be glad to hear this square that I've talking about for years between Pluto and Uranus, between the 12th and the 28th of March. It's the final pass of that square. As a cardinal sign, you'll be glad to hear that it's coming to a close. So for you Libras, it's about looking at your power, your strength, not giving way just for the sake of peace. Some of you have had breakups in relationships or separations or a redefining of relationships, but this is about you taking your power back and not allowing other people to overstep boundaries with you. So that'll be another little test coming up in March. March 31st till April 11th, we've got Venus and Mars coming together again, nicely together here in your 8th house of money, finances, joint finances. This could bring a bonus, it could bring a grant, a scholarship, somebody investing in you, maybe a crowdsourcing event, but it's certainly a positive aspect to do with money and finance. Also a joint venture that you might undertake. So the Mars energy wants you to really focus on how you use resources and money and use it to the best of your ability, because you could really be helped by somebody. And then on May the 18th to June the 11th, we've got the next Mercury Retrograde, and that's happening up here in your 9th house. It's in Gemini. So this Mercury Retrograde here, Libras, wanting you to reflect on, do I need to do some further education? Is there something else I need to learn? Is there a trip I need to take? Is there somewhere I want to visit? It's reflecting on your spiritual direction, the direction, your life path that you want to take your life in. There'll be a lot of reflective time going on there in these very important areas. And on June 15th to the 28th of June, we have another repeat of this exact square between Jupiter and Uranus, which is going to shake up relationships, all relationships. You could be working maybe in the community, maybe in a humanitarian effort, doing something to promote people who really need help, but you're contributing in some way. But there's going to be an inspiration that could be very exciting and bring you in contact with different kinds of people that maybe you wouldn't normally meet. It's crossing boundaries and cultures, which could be very exciting for you Libras. Now, for much of this year, we've got Saturn in this 3rd house. It's there until June the 15th, but briefly between June 15th and September 18th, yes, I know, it comes back just for a little final fling in your 2nd house of money. So it's checking, Libras, it's checking what you're doing with your money, how you're spending it, how you're saving it. What are you doing with your future security financially? It's also wanting to check that you've got a good structure in place for building your finances for the future. But as I said, for most of this year and until December of 2017, we're going to have this Saturn energy in your 3rd house. So 3rd house Saturn is going to mean that this will be a wonderful time for those of you who want to study for a new career or to get professional qualifications or certification. This will be the perfect time for it. It's going to be an important time where you learn more time management, how not to scatter your energies. Maybe you're doing a lot of social networking or a lot of wandering, going from project to project. This Saturn will help you become more focused, will help you really learn how to be productive and feel as though you're achieving something, which is important to you. So that will be the flavour of this Saturn in your 3rd house. You may find yourself teaching and training others as well in an area where you are an expert. And your ruler, as I said, this Venus retrograde from July 25th until the 6th of September. So initially this retrograde happening in Virgo here, just from July 25th till the end of July, this Venus retrograde. So Venus retrograde slowing everything down so that you can reevaluate relationships, so you can reevaluate your finances. And with it being in the 12th house, I wouldn't be at all surprised if somebody from your past comes back into your life. A love, somebody you loved or felt something for some kind of a healing process maybe. Something to heal, to move beyond, or to reflect on, to think about, and maybe just in a dream that it comes to you. And then for the whole of August and until the 6th of September, we've got this Venus retrograde happening here in this 11th house. So it's joining the Jupiter, but this Venus retrograde still there is all about reflecting on your friendships, your social circle. What needs to change? Maybe you need to give it a bit of a spicing up, some excitement. All relationships need a little bit of effort and input because they go through troughs and peaks. So this is going to give you an opportunity to look at maybe redefining your social circle and the people that you mix with and collaborate with. And Jupiter. So Jupiter until August the 11th is in this 11th house. As I've said, it's expanding you, wanting you to expand on your dreams, your wishes, what do you want for yourself. And then from August the 11th until September the 10th of 2016, we've got this Jupiter in your 12th house. So this is a wonderful opportunity for developing your spiritual side, for doing anything that involves meditation, yoga, tarot, astrology, any of the metaphysical arts or sciences, and for going more deeply into yourself. And Jupiter in the 12th is renowned for bringing a divine help. It's almost like at the 11th hour, this Jupiter helps you out. It's a benefic, benevolent force. Because don't forget, my lovely Libras, that from September of next year, this Jupiter will be coming into your sign. So that's going to be very exciting. Lots of new opportunities. And so, from August the 8th to September 24th, we've got Mars joining this Venus energy. Venus won't be retrograde after the 6th. So again, Mars may be putting you into contact with some new people, different people, and you needing to be proactive to connect with these people because it's going to be quite potentially life-changing for you. Then we've got from October 8th to November the 8th, Venus and Mars coming here into your 12th house, joining the Jupiter. So this really, it could trigger you desiring to find out more about past lives, reincarnation, why you're here, the meaning of your life, tying up some loose ends, things that need to be completed and finished off. That too can be happening. And finally, and last but certainly not least, from November 12th to December the 4th, we've got Venus and Mars coming into your sign Libra. Yay! This is great. This is wonderful for a makeover, doing something nice for yourself. It's wonderful for meeting a romantic partner. It will make you even more popular, lovely Libras. You might be starting some new projects. You'll feel a burst of energy. There should be a real boost for you towards the end of the year when that Venus and Mars energy comes together in this first house. So, it's a busy year, as you can see. We're all going to have to learn how to be more adaptable because what with Neptune in Pisces, with Jupiter coming into Virgo, with the Saturn in Sagittarius energy, we've got a lot of mutable energy coming in the heavens. We've had all the cardinal energy. Now things are changing to mutable. So, we're going to have to be ready to turn on a dime, and we're going to have to enjoy the changes that we're presented with. Brings me back to that Mercury retrograde aspect. This Mercury retrograde energy, which I forgot to mention, which I really should now, because I forgot to tell you, see, you stopped me there. This Mercury retrograde actually happens in your sign between September 17th and October 9th. So this will be about you reflecting on how you present yourself to the world, how you want to be seen, how you want to dress, speak, walk, everything. You'll be reflecting upon that and upon your relationships once again. That will be the September time, and then the November, December, all stations go. So I'd love to take a personal look at your chart to help you with making best use of the aspects for this coming year. And I thank you for sharing, commenting, and getting in touch, because I really love hearing from every one of you. Bye for now.